When it comes to the topic of Islam, many have communicated misinformation when they should have told the truth. During his time in office, Barack Obama did us a great disservice by distorting Islam's role in America's history, as well as by disseminating falsehoods on this political ideology, this religious system. He said many achievements and contributions of Muslim Americans to building the very fabric of our nation, strengthening the core of our democracy. Excuse me? The impression created was one of Muslims being instrumental in establishing the U.S. of America right from its inception. The narrative highlights their supposed accomplishments and contributions in making our great nation what it is today. It sounds sentimental and politically correct, but it wasn't true. At the outset, let me say, as a true Christian, I love every person, no matter, what, and I'm passionate about sharing the gospel with everyone. A wonderful experience my wife and I shared a while ago was opening our home to a Muslim couple for meals and conversation, and then seeing them come to Christ and be baptized weeks later. It's critical to believe there are moderate Muslims who are, they're reachable as we engage them with the love and truth of mankind's only Lord and Savior, Jesus. It's also important to recognize that it's not a minuscule minority of Muslims who support jihad and global domination. Pew Research revealed 22% of the Muslim population are in this camp, more than the entire population of the U.S. Islamic ideology is frightening and forthright in its core tenets. Now remember, Barack Hussein Obama was shaped by Islam. His dad was a Muslim. He was given a Muslim name. His mother, remarried another Muslim, and he was educated in Indonesia by Muslims. Now, just the facts, ma'am. You ever hear that? Sergeant Joe Friday was on a classic police drama called Dragnet, and he would always say that, just the facts. Here's some. No Muslims were signers of the Declaration of Independence. The Quran had no place or even mention in the founding of the U.S. The constitutions of all the original 13 colonies acknowledged Jesus and mandated scriptural education in public schools. There's no mention of Muhammad or Allah or the Muslim faith. Beginning at the establishing of our nation in 1620 by the Pilgrims at Plymouth Rock and scanning 250 years, can you even find a handful of prominent Muslim inventors or any achievements of significance? But you will find thousands of innovations, achievements, and inventions from Christian patriots of our country. During the early decades of America's founding, our leaders faced 4 decades of Muslim terrorism. Muslims kidnapped American sailors. They looted American ships and captured Americans to sell them as slaves. The Heritage Foundation states, quote, during America's founding, it was dragged into the affairs of the Islamic world by an escalating series of unprovoked attacks on America by Muslim pirates, the terrorists of the era. Finally, in 1804, Thomas Jefferson, our president, ordered the U.S. Navy and Marines into Tripoli to stop the terrorism of Islamists. To this day, the U.S. Marine anthem begins, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Well, the very nickname for Marines as leathernecks came from the leather neck piece that was part of their uniform to protect them from beheadings. Does that sound familiar? I close with this. It cannot be emphasized too strongly or too often that this great nation was founded not by religionists, but by Christians, not on other religions, but on the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's Patrick Henry, American patriot.